Once upon a time, in a quiet little town near Green Hills, there lived a sweet girl named Eliza. She lived with her father, Mr. Henry, in a small but happy home. Their house was full of warmth, stories, and love. Eliza felt safe whenever her father held her hand. But one winter, her father became very sick. Eliza stayed beside him day and night, hoping he would get better. One morning, he did not wake up. The house became silent. The laughter was gone. Eliza felt as if the sun had disappeared from her world. Her stepmother, Mrs. Margaret, soon showed her true nature. She was cold and hard. She brought her two daughters, Clara and Bella, into the house. They were proud and selfish. They did not see Eliza as family. They gave her orders all day long. She cleaned the floors, washed clothes in cold water, cooked meals, and polished dishes until her hands were red and tired. At night, while the others slept in warm beds, Eliza climbed the narrow stairs to a dusty attic. The wind came through small cracks in the roof. She lay there quietly, looking at the stars through a tiny window, whispering, "Please let my life change one day." One evening, Clara laughed when she saw ashes on Eliza's face. "Look at her," she said. "She is always covered in dirt." Bella laughed too. "Let's call her Ashlyn." From that day on, they stopped calling her Eliza. They called her Ashlyn, as if she were nothing but ashes. But even though they tried to make her feel small, her heart stayed gentle. One bright morning, a royal messenger rode through the town. "The king will hold a grand ball," he shouted. "Every young woman is invited. The prince will choose his bride." Clara and Bella were filled with excitement. They dreamed of jewels and crowns. Ashlyn's heart beat softly with hope. "The message said every young woman," she said. "That means I can go too." Her stepmother smiled in a cold way. "You may go," she said, "if you finish all your work." Ashlyn worked harder than ever before. She found her late mother's old dress and carefully tried to fix it. Each stitch was filled with hope. When she finished her chores, she went upstairs and saw that her little bird and mouse friends had helped make the dress beautiful. Tears of happiness filled her eyes. But when her stepsisters saw the dress, jealousy filled their hearts. "That ribbon is mine," Clara cried. "Those beads belong to me," Bella shouted. They pulled at the dress and tore it apart. The cloth fell to the floor. Ashlyn stood there in silence as they left for the ball without her. When the house became quiet, Ashlyn ran into the garden and cried. "I have nothing," she whispered. Suddenly, a soft golden light appeared. A kind woman stood before her, with warm eyes and a gentle smile. "Do not cry, child," she said. "I am here to help." With a wave of her wand, a pumpkin turned into a shining carriage. Mice became white horses. Ashlyn's torn clothes changed into a beautiful blue gown that sparkled like the night sky. On her feet appeared shining glass slippers. "You look lovely," said the fairy softly. "But remember, when the clock strikes midnight, the magic will end." Ashlyn promised she would return in time. At the palace, music filled the air. The prince, Prince Daniel, stood among many guests, but he looked tired and bored. Then Ashlyn walked into the hall. Everyone turned to look at her. She seemed to glow like a star. The prince walked toward her and bowed. "May I dance with you?" he asked gently. They danced and talked, laughing softly. For the first time in many years, Ashlyn felt truly happy. She forgot her worries. She forgot the attic. She felt seen and valued. But then the clock began to strike 12. Fear filled her heart. She ran down the grand stairs as fast as she could. One glass slipper slipped from her foot, but she did not stop. When the final bell rang, the magic disappeared. She was back in her simple clothes, holding the other glass slipper tightly in her hand. The next day, the prince searched the entire kingdom. He would marry the girl whose foot fit the glass slipper. Many tried, but it fit no one. When he came to Ashlyn's house, her stepmother locked her in the attic. But her small animal friends helped her escape. She ran downstairs just as the slipper fell and broke into pieces. Her stepmother smiled, thinking it was over. But Ashlyn reached into her pocket and brought out the other slipper. "I believe this is enough," she said softly. She placed it on her foot. It fit perfectly. The prince smiled with joy. "I have found you," he said. Ashlyn returned to the palace, not with anger in her heart, but with kindness. She forgave her stepfamily because she did not want to carry hate inside her. Soon she married Prince Daniel in a beautiful ceremony filled with flowers and music. The whole kingdom celebrated. Even as queen, Ashlyn never forgot her difficult days. She was kind to the poor, gentle to the weak, and grateful for every small blessing. She had lived in ashes, but her heart had always been bright. And that is why her story will always be remembered.